Hi, Gemini. This is Alex, and I'm here with your weekly love reading. I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you so much to all of my new and existing subscribers. Your love and support is very much felt and appreciated. So let's see what God, angels, and universe has in store for Gemini. I just keep hearing, now that I've, kind of moving along, I'm chucking along, I'm going about my business, I'm going about my life. Now all of a sudden you want to pop up and you want to talk, you want to have conversations, you want to have things you got to say. And we have the Five of Pentacles in the bottom, at the bottom. Let me move everybody down so everything is in frame. Excuse me. What is going on over here? We had one of those cards mixed in there. That's what happens. It happens. This kind of feels like, to me, Gemini, somebody just kind of came in and bursted your bubble. Yep. Somebody kind of came in and threw you completely off track. I kind of feel like, yes, absolutely. With that Chariot card there, the card of Cancer, you guys were minding your business. You was going on with your life. And then one simple message, I feel like that was meant to trigger you, came about. Yeah, you got the Five of Pentacles twice. Yeah, and you got the Five of Cups. So I kind of feel like somebody just kind of came in, and I feel like this particular person did not have your best intentions at heart, and they kind of came in. It almost even feels like this was a reminder that you don't have this person in your life. This card wants to fall out. So we're going to take it in at the bottom. Yay! Ace of Cups. Okay. So I kind of feel like I was saying this person kind of came in maybe not with the best of intentions. I feel like for some of you, this person kind of came in to see if you still were interested, to see if they still had your attention, if they still got it, if you've moved on to somebody else. It's almost like this person just kind of dipped in to manipulate the situation in their favor, again, to see if they still have your attention. Unfortunately, what that did for you, Gemini, was it kind of took you back a couple of steps emotionally. And I feel like for a lot of you, you may feel like you're now starting from scratch. Wherever scratch is, whatever scratch means, I just kind of feel like for a lot of you guys, it's like, see, I was doing fine. And then all of a sudden they just popped in. And I didn't need this now. I was fine. Is what I'm hearing. With the Chariot, which is Cancer, and then also the Five of Cups, that kind of says to me that you were healing. You were going, like I said, going on with your life. Everything was going great. And then all of a sudden, this person comes in and knocks over, this guy comes in, riding on a horse. And maybe the wind, the G-force, whatever, knocks those three cups down. It kind of bursted your bubble. Of course, the Five of Cups is a card of disappointment. So it was almost like, just leave me the fuck alone. I was doing great. It's kind of feel like, how like angels just said to me, the aftermath. I feel like what I just said about leaving me the fuck alone, that was the aftermath. It was like, look, it was almost like, you remember that when they used to set up playing cards and they would stack them and make a house, and then somebody would come in and slam the door and the whole thing would just fall down. And you're like, shit, now I got to start all over. That's, of course, just another scenario of what I feel like you're feeling, Gemini. And there it is. I mean, this message is coming up over and over in this reading. Angels are saying to me, for a lot of you guys, for very few of you guys, this person, you were going along, everything was going great, and this person came in with bad news that bursted your bubble. But on the flip side of that as well is that you might have been disappointed, right? You could have been the Five of Cups, and then this person basically came along and sent you a message of love, and that made you happy, right? You received some sort of online communication, and that made you happy. That brightened your world. Remember, guys, I don't read reversals, but anytime I get either the negative message or the positive message from this card, that's what my angels are going to bring me. Okay? Now, when it comes to those two scenarios, you may say to yourself, well, shit, Alex, which one is it? Okay? I will say to you, you were doing fine, and this person came along and bursted your bubble. The reason why I'm defaulting to that scenario is because you got the Five of Pentacles here twice. You got the Five of Pentacles here twice. So you're doing fine. Everything was great. You were celebrating. Life was good. Biden got elected. Everything was wonderful. And then here comes this freaking Debbie Downer coming in to poke a hole in your beautiful bubble. What I'm also hearing too is that for some of you, very few of you, you could have gotten disappointing news related to some sort of financial venture as well. Financial venture that you had your kind of quote unquote heart set on. Could have kind of come in and, I'm not going to say failed, because I think that's a really, really, really strong word. But angels are saying to me fell lopsided, meaning it fell on its side. You could have lost the wind in your sail. Like it could just have, the bottom could have fallen out is what I'm getting. Right? Definitely with the Five of Pentacles here twice. Something says to me that for you, Gemini, unfortunately, you could have been dealt a double strike. Right? With the Two of Pentacles and a Five of Pentacles, 2 + 5 is 7, right? It's almost like, again, you were working on yourself, you were working on your life, you were working on your money, your finances, your house, your car, whatever. You were doing that, and then all of a sudden something came in that knocked you lopsided, and now it has you feeling shortchanged, and it's to the point where either you were being juggled or now you're in a position to have to figure out, well, oh shit, what do I do now? Say, for instance, that plan A didn't work out. Now I need to figure out what the hell is plan B. Do I go with plan B, plan C, plan D, plan whatever? Okay? You are determined. I love it because I feel like you're absolutely determined to get to an emotional fulfillment, to get to your happily ever after, to get back into that bubble, whatever that bubble was. What I'm also getting to is that you will have supporting energy in your life and around you, kind of cheerleading to try to get you back to that happy bubbly place. Nobody is happier and better for the world than a happy Gemini. Okay? You guys are ruled by Mercury. Okay? You are happy-go-lucky. So when Geminis are on the positive side, when a positive twin is happy, life is good, especially for the rest of us. So I do kind of feel like Gemini, there are your angels, your guides, your ancestors, people, life, energy, God, angels, universe. We're trying to get you back to that happy place as well. What I'm also being told to tell you is that, yes, absolutely, you're not alone. You know that, right? You absolutely know that, okay? But more than anything, angels want you to know that you are supported. We are supporting you. We understand that, as an example, you may have had to deal with this particular blow, whatever it was, right? That kind of was meant to distract you and to derail you. But please understand something. This information, whatever this is that came in to distract or derail you, is not because you're destined to fail. It's just because we're trying to make you a stronger warrior, right? Like, how strong of a warrior would you be if you went in like UFC fighters? You go in the first 6 seconds, you knock your person out and you go home. Right? Like, every now and then we got to give you that Dolph Lundgren character from Rocky, right? To come in and scare the shit out of you, to knock you on your ass a couple of times, because we're very much interested in how many times you get up versus how many times you're knocked down. As humans, we're concerned about how many times we're knocked down, but from an energy being standpoint, we're only concerned about the number of times that you get up. Okay? So Gemini, that was a bit of a side message for you as well. Okay? Now, things are going to take time, right? Things are going to take time, but you are being guided, okay? You have Aquarius here, and then you also have Sagittarius there, okay? So I kind of feel like for a lot of you guys, it's like, well, dang, you know, this was a bit unexpected. I thought everything was going great. I thought the stars were aligned. I thought we had everything that we needed. And the universe is like, nope, sorry. Yeah, looks can be deceiving. You never know. You never know when that universal monkey wrench is going to come and bless your situation. And yes, I am being completely sarcastic by using the term bless. Okay. But in the end, right, with the Five of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups, I do kind of feel like for you specifically, Gemini, this, you know, if this was a relationship and this person came in and they kind of distracted you. Sorry, my memory. But like I was saying, if this person came in and they came in to actually distract you, it was to show you a couple of things, and I'm getting multiple messages here. It was to show you how you really felt about them, right? Like if they were still able to come in and trigger you and knock you out of your bubble, that says a lot, right? Like, why are you loving and wanting to be with a bubble buster? That's first. The second thing was, if they kind of came in and distracted you, that kind of says, okay, why are you so easily distracted? Why does this person have this power over you? That's the second message. The third message is, if they came in to bust your bubble and then they quickly retreated and left and, you know, caused separation and distance again, that should show you how this person feels about you, right? So just trying to give you a couple of different dimensions on how to look at whatever this distraction was. And I feel like that was the absolute universal lesson here for you, Gemini, right? Because what's unfortunate about Gemini sometimes is that you guys get distracted and then you stay distracted, and the universe is like, but wait, but what happened to, you were on your way over here, right? So this could have been a universal test to basically say, okay, we're going to come in, we're going to knock you on your ass. What are you going to do? I feel like a lot of you guys know this. I just heard somebody say, I felt that. I knew that's what was going on, right? It was a kind of quote unquote test. And then, you know, of course, with the two Five of Pentacles, 5 and 5 is 10, right? So it's almost like this change, you know, you got 3 5s on the table. This particular change, this whatever it was that, again, knocked you off your game and distracted you, it was for the purpose of healing your heart and filling your heart and opening up your heart to, angels are saying to, number one, make the distinction that if something distracted you, yes, you are the person who owns the part about being distracted, but also at the same time, you do own the sight and the visibility as to what it is that's actually distracting you, right? So this Five of Pentacles here was like, well, we weren't going to, like, you know, allow you to hit the lottery, because that's not like a good distraction, because you would have never gotten our message, right? So we had to find something to come in and kind of burst one of your bubbles to bring you back down to earth, which is where you should always be, which Geminis have a challenge doing sometimes, right? We need to kind of bring you back to earth so we can fill your cup. You see what I'm saying? It's almost like if you're out there flying sky high with your head in the air, Gemini, you guys are an air sign, so you know you live up inside of your head. We needed something to bring you back down to earth. And it's funny too, because I'm sitting here looking at this Page of Swords, and you know, the swords, of course, are air signs. And I'm just like, it was something minor. It was something so minor that kind of came in and recalibrated you. And I love that. That's how my universe works, right? You can have a pebble in the wind, and it'll rebuild a whole entire kingdom. Okay, so I do kind of feel like here, especially for you, Gemini, this was a good thing that happened to you, believe it or not. A lot of you may not agree with it, but it was a good thing to help you, especially with getting to your wish fulfillment, right? Your emotional fulfillment, which is next to the star card, which basically says this is something that you guys been working on for a long time. This is something that you've been wishing for. This is something that you wanted. But I'm also hearing too that whatever this was, you kind of assumed and thought that this would be something. It could have been a financial venture. You thought it was going to be something huge, and it may not have panned out that way. You thought to an extent it might have quote unquote cured your emotional woes, but you could have been putting too much pressure on it and it didn't pan out to be that. Okay, so let's see what the romance angels cards have, since this is a love reading. Let's see what we got. Nice. Wedding. This situation involves marriage. I feel like this is marriage around you. I feel like I don't necessarily get that this is you and your magic, Gemini. I'm sorry. But I kind of get that for this specific scenario, this specific reading, whatever this situation is, whether it's love or business or car, house, or whatever, something kind of fell through in the 11th hour. Angels are saying to me that whatever it was you were trying to connect to, whatever it was, wherever you were before you were knocked out of your bubble, you will regain that, right? That level of commitment, that level of detail. Because remember I said to you, sometimes you guys get distracted and you stay distracted. Well, for this particular life lesson, no, you get back to it. You get back on the ball, which is amazing. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. I love it. I love it. I love it. Now go ahead and say to me, well, Alex, how come that can't apply to a relationship? It absolutely can. You get the Ace of Cups here, right? These are just general readings, guys. For a more detailed, book a personal reading, right? But these are just general. So for a lot of you guys where this was a romantic relationship, yeah, something could have came along. You could have found a text or whatever that completely just threw you off. Okay. But then you guys kind of leveled it out. You were level-headed. You didn't go batshit crazy and, you know, cut up some tires or whatever the case is. Excuse me. You remained level-headed and you got back in it. And because of that, now you can connect. Now you can go on. Now you can reach your emotional fulfillment. You can reach what you've been hoping for and wishing for and wanting for. And you can finally open your heart. Opening your heart too with the Ace of Cups also means opening your trust as well, right? Because a heart cannot be open if it's not trusting. Last card, love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. I love it. I love it. I love it. Don't forget you. Don't forget you. I just feel like this love yourself first is almost like, now that you've withstood this particular test, Gemini, it's almost like for a lot of you guys, you may want to or need to give yourselves a high five, because I just kind of feel, especially with this last Mercury retrograde, you know, for many of us, we were stuck. But I do kind of feel like for you, Gemini, you might have had crystal clarity, okay? And with that clarity, that enabled you to kind of move on, do what you need to do, move ahead, do it a lot, right? And then all of a sudden, everything was going great. It was like that too good to be true motion. Then all of a sudden, it's like, blam, here goes a universal monkey wrench and the fuck, right? It's like, what am I supposed to do? And congratulations, Gemini, because you did it. You might have, like I said, you might have been knocked on your ass, right? But you kept focused. You stayed focused. You looked at what knocked you on your ass. You might have gotten your head and analyzed what knocked you on your ass. You assessed it and you got back in it and you're ready to move on. And for some of you, yeah, you could be moving on to more romantic green pastures. Okay. So Gemini, I'm going to leave it there. This was a very, very, very wide message. Like, this message to me was very broad. It kind of, it involved almost everything under the sun, because it realistically had to do with how you handle yourself in specific situations. So I do kind of feel like, especially for a lot of you guys, you're now going to pay attention to that going forward. Not only that, but that's going to be a part of that loving yourself. And it's just going to make for a better life, I think, for you, Gemini. All right, babies, I love you. I thank you so much. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Love you. Bye.